5 things that you're going to be missing out on if you don't have an Apple TV. Welcome to my living room where I'm watching football on my cheap TV. I don't care about spending money on a super fancy $1,000+ TV. I'm gonna get the biggest TV I can find. I don't care if it's Roku, I don't care if it's TCL, and I'm gonna buy it as long as it has one thing: 4K resolution. That's it. That's all I need. Now, that being said, if Apple made a TV, think about how expensive, how nice it would be that you can turn your dumb TV into an Apple TV. I mean, imagine if you could get a normal computer and plug in a Mac Mini to it and turn it into a Mac. Oh wait, you can. There are ways that you can turn your normal device that is cheap into an Apple device. Now let me be clear, this Apple TV 4K that I purchased was about $180. That's a lot of money, and when I first got it, I thought it was kind of pointless because it appears to do everything that my Roku TV does. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you want to watch Hulu, if you want to watch Netflix, if you want to listen to Spotify, they both do the same thing. You use your remote, you toggle to the app, turn it on, and play. So what's the point of the Apple TV? Well, the Apple TV refines the experience for you, and I can tell you right now that the Apple TV is not for, 50% of people that even care about looking into the Apple TV. My wife, for example, she does not care about it. She thinks it's pointless, and in a way, she's kind of right. However, I made this video to describe 5 things that you're missing out on if you don't have an Apple TV. The first thing is the Apple TV remote. The Apple TV remote is very nice. It's got the aluminum frame. It feels like an iPad. The metal, it's the nicest remote you're gonna get. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Obviously, it's a good thing, right? You want a nice remote. The Roku remotes, though, are nice because I caught my dog chewing on one a couple of years ago. We still use it. It's got teeth marks in it, and I bought another one for $5 to replace it. There's pros and cons. But the Apple TV remote, you can't deny, it feels nice. It feels like luxury. There is a nice touchpad on it. And if you are as old as me, you will remember when Apple made the iPod and it had the wheel with the touch sensor on it. Well, it's got the same effect on the Apple TV remote, and that's pretty nostalgic for older people like me. Another cool feature that you are going to miss out on if you don't have the Apple TV is FaceTime. Apple TV actually coordinates, talks to your phone, where you can go FaceTime someone, put your phone up on your entertainment ledge, and then the screen of whoever you're talking to will go up on your TV, and then whoever you're speaking to over FaceTime will see you through the lens of your camera. And so it allows you to turn your TV setup into this giant FaceTime setup, which is really cool. There's a handful of Apple-only apps that you can only use on the Apple TV. Apple Podcasts is one, to be specific. If you want to listen to a podcast in your living room while you're doing something, you can easily throw it up on your Apple TV. That's a pretty neat feature as well that I've enjoyed. It also works seamlessly with AirPlay. There have been times where I've been watching a YouTube video on my phone and I said, I'm going to AirPlay it up onto my Roku TV. Well, 5 minutes later, I'm frustrated it doesn't even work. Now, I understand there are other ways around it, Chromecast, but if you want to stay in the Apple ecosystem, airplaying something to your Apple TV from your iPhone is about as smooth as it gets. The Apple interface is smooth as butter. It is so nice. It truly makes my $400 TV feel like a $1,000 TV. Only a true TV expert is going to be able to tell the difference between a normal 4K resolution and the fanciest, I don't even know what type of screen you can get. Samsung, whatever it may be. The point is it takes the brains, which I think in the Roku kind of suck. They're clunky. They're not fun to look at. You get ads that pop up everywhere. It takes the brains of your TV and installs a nice Apple interface, which, let's be honest, Apple is amazing at. They know what they're doing. Okay, another feature that I didn't mention with the remote is the microphone feature. So you can talk to your TV and say, play the latest college football game on YouTube TV. Through your remote, you get access to Siri. Hey Siri, what's the weather today? Just like that, we get the weather update. You can use this instead of having to type in things manually on your remote. I find that when I'm using the Roku TV and I'm searching the title of a movie, I have to toggle it through the alphabet and slowly type it out. No, you don't have to waste time doing that. Just speak into the remote and it's going to go straight into the TV. Yes, I know Apple TV isn't the only TV that can do that, but it does it with almost no problems. I've used Google TV, I've used other TVs, and they haven't worked as flawlessly and as smoothly as the Apple TV has, for whatever reason it may be. The consensus is, look, the Apple TV is not for everyone. It's kind of expensive when you think about it, $180 for basically a glamorized Roku box. It's not disruptive technology. It already exists. If you want to watch something, if you want to do something on your TV, there's already a way to do it. However, that being said, one thing that I really like about the Apple TV that you don't get if you don't have it is the Apple Photos app. If you have Apple Photos and if you've gone on the app, you may have noticed that Apple will automatically make slideshows from certain trips in your life. It'll take a bunch of pictures from a certain location. It makes all of these fun, nostalgic slideshows that you can look at, and I've loved doing that with my kids. Well, it's just that much more fun when you can throw it up on your TV through the Apple Photos app. You can watch movies. And, my daughter wants to watch TV, right, as every kid does, and, we try and limit screen time, but one thing that we let her watch are slideshows of the family, and I think that's a really good, wholesome family activity. So the Apple Photos app is awesome. Basically, to wrap everything up, conclude my thoughts here, the Apple TV is great. It costs about $150, and it makes my $400 TV feel like a $1,000 TV. So in my head, I think it's a great return on my investment. I love using it. That being said, it can also be pointless. If you just want a TV that goes to Netflix, goes to Spotify, goes to Hulu, that's it. You don't care what it looks like, then the Apple TV is going to be a waste of money. You do not need it. It is definitely a luxury item that tech nerds like me are going to prefer, but the average Joe is not going to care about at all. Those are my thoughts on the Apple TV. Let me know if you disagree. Thanks for watching.